Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To the air, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Let's go.
And looking to throw, Penix. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Off play action, here's Penix. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
A run up the middle with Barber. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here we go. 11.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this This is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 72 yards. And the Bengals will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
They'll throw with Penix. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for?
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. He's on his way. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Penix. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Go! Up the middle is Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Let's go now.
2nd and 10. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Out to his left. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Quay Walker. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Play action. It's Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Burrow will throw. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll go play action here with Penix. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. 23 yards the pickup there. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. 21-0 our score after one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Dragon 60. Ready.
Now Penix. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quay Walker. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready? Go!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
70 Lions!
2nd and 5. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. A play fake. Now Penix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That one downfield for Dotson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Set up. Go.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Michael Penix. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit.
What a call there on the quarterback draw. You want to spread the field and just tell your QB, hey, find a lane and go. And he's able to get the defense in a vulnerable spot and then take it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Now it's Burrow. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Let's get set.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Stop.
Up the middle they go with Barber. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
11, Thomas. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop.
11,
Just
11,
lucky
11,
it wasn't
11.
a fumble, really.
Stop.
Here's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
On one, ready? Stop.
Back to the running game with Barber. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
This is 2nd and 8. And Chase will go in motion left. They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
Running with Barber out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Stop.
Once again, it's Barber. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Here we go. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2.
Stop.
They'll try it now with Barber. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Come 19.
Back to throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Warriors 70. 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
Let's go. Bronco. Mustang 19. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Come on, set. Panther 11, Panther 11. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hut, hut.
Penix to the air once more. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26.
To the air, Penix.
Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Go.
And looking to throw, Penix. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
And now here is another interception.
And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11 mighty, 11 mighty. Stop.
Now it's Burrow.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
It got his man complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Stop.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Jamar Chase.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
he finally
ready?
felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Set, go.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. That is caught. Kincaid with it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid.
59 yards.
And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
One, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here we go.
Partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. A big play there for Cincinnati. 56 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
Now Burrow. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And now an audible here into something else.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
They'll go play action here with Penix.
Rolling, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is taken at the 18.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down.
Here we go.
And try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Barber on 1st and 10.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And in a situation like this,
Here we go.
You're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
First down, they go with Barber again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
On 2.
They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns.
Here we go.
But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't
11
hurt
MT,
too well.
11 MT.
Burrow looking to pass. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that.
11.
Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Barber going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
12.
One more time with Barber. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Gun. Got.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Luke Musgrave.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
19 Lion.
Here's Penix. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Now Penix.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Looking to throw, Penix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Barber. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's Drew Sanders who got in there and dropped him.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
On 1, ready?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
12, 12, 12.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are to be. And now here's another interception. It's DJ Turner who's got it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Gun. Dot. 11 Thomas. 11 MT Tate. 11 MT Tate. 11. Dot.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go. Dot.
Here's Barber. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try again. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barber. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A play fake. Now Penix. They'll roll him out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They'll throw with Penix.
Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Cook up the gut. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.